How are you getting on, folks? Look, at all things considered, we had a very nice day there today. Obviously, gentleman's game coming in at 2-1. Very, very easy winner. Ended up being a over 20 length winner. Velvet Elvis then 13-8 nap of the day comes in. Unlucky a little bit in the each way for Madison to Monroe. I thought it ran a very, very good race at a bigger price. And obviously then the patron. Look at the two lads that I'm sort of teamed up with. They absolutely blew the ball out of the water basically there today with two very, very nice winners at 7-4 and 9-4. Both of them are very, very easy winners, but unfortunately for me, look at the horse Stansted ended up cruising up to, I suppose, become a share of the lead, going over two or three from the finish. But look at Exit to the West. I said it already in the Patreon. It was the biggest danger, and it was rightly favoured. But look at a couple of people got on it each way. I think around 8-1. So look at if that was the case, look at very well done. But we want to start turning things around on Patreon a little bit better on my end of things. Anyway, the two boys are absolutely flying it. I leave a link in the description below. It's €10 a month. It helps fund the Irish Racing Hour podcast, which we are a part of. And overall, it's going better than we expected anyway. Hopefully, we'll be able to go on to bigger and better things from it. But moving on though to tomorrow, we are going to be covering Fairyhouse, and during the live question and answer session, Alison Midgley, one of the followers on Facebook, came up and basically asked for me to cover Catterick on Sunday, just for her own sake. Basically, look, I'm going to put my hands up and say I don't really know a hell of a lot about most of the horses in Catterick tomorrow, but I've picked out one horse per race. It's up to yourselves whether you follow me or not, but look, I'm not going to be going into too much detail compared to what I will be on for Fairyhouse. The 12:40 though, I am going to, I suppose, get behind the bandwagon here and go with Alco Rouge here at 7-1 for Thomas Gibney and Darrow O'Keefe. This obviously is the same combo as the nap there today with Velvet Elvis obviously coming in very well. It's clear as day that Gibney's horses are starting to come into form. Alco Rouge ran a very, very credible race last two times. It was ahead of Fakira in its first race. It was third that particular day. Fakira was in fourth. That has since gone on to beat the likes of Gabby Naku, who has since gone on to do bigger and better things as well. And it's just generally boosted the form massively. As well as that, then the next day out, I think it was second. It was well ahead of a horse that we all now know as Master McShee, who has since gone on to put Appreciated, obviously the champion bumper favourite there this year, or last year should I say, now that we're in 2021, in with serious, I suppose, things to concern in Cork. It then went on to win next time out, and I think it went on to win the time after that as well. Or else it was second to Appreciated, and it went on to win in Leopardstown. But overall, look at that form stands out a mile to me in the book, and I think 7-1 is a great value price. I certainly would be considering a very nice each way bet for this, but I wouldn't be surprised to see this horse go on to win, considering it's beaten plenty of winners who have come on bigger and better since. Next race then, the 110. I am going to go with the nap of the day here now, and I'm going to stay away from the favourite here. I'm going to be going with Delvino here at 9-4. Came up in or around 3-1 when we were recording the podcast there with Joey Sheridan there tonight. But it's since been well gambled in, and I expected it to do so. It was a very impressive winner last time out. Obviously, look at Naas. It's a little bit different than Fairyhouse. The main difference is obviously it's a left-handed track compared to Fairyhouse being a right-handed one. Fairyhouse isn't necessarily a real stiff uphill finish like what Naas is, but I think overall the worst ground Delvino gets, the better she gets is what I'm trying to say. Coming from Dermot McLaughlin's yard, it was a very, very easy winner last time out. There's no point in trying to deny it. She was the best winner of the day, really, when all things are considered. I definitely think that she's well capable of putting that form in the book now again. And she should be well capable of beating this field. I certainly think 9-4 is nap-worthy contendership, and I would be very, very surprised to see Delvino being beaten now tomorrow. Moving on then to the 145, I am going to be going with Noel Meade's Crassus here at 7-4 as the next best of the day. Obviously teaming up with Lisa O'Neill. It goes without saying it's certainly the best horse in the card. Lisa O'Neill rides for a lady rider's race. The fact that she goes for Crassus alone should be speaking volumes and should be setting out clear alarm bells that obviously Crassus is the one to be on tomorrow. And 7-4, look at it, it's great value there. It beat Palm Beach, who was talked about to be, I suppose, Joseph O'Brien's Triumph Hurdle horse, but since not really done a hell of a lot, but it's put up some very good runs all the same in the feet, as well as going on to win in Limerick as well. But I certainly would be strongly considering 7-4 as a very, very nice bet, and it looks as safe as houses, personally speaking. I don't think there's much more need to go on to it. The 215, then we are going to go straight back from the partnership of the first race. Well, I think actually no, Darragh O'Keefe doesn't ride this one here. I think it's some £5 claimer. I'm not 100% sure, but happy days for Thomas Gibney here. It certainly looks to be a nice looking sort. Obviously, we touched on the fact that Thomas Gibney is starting to come into form. His horses are starting to run, I suppose, out of their skin, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I certainly think, look at it, it's well worth considering at 5-1. There's a little bit of money coming for it. Whether it's anything significant or not, I don't know, but overall, look at when you put form into the book, and when all things are considered, like, you have to seriously consider this Happy Days as a serious contender for this particular race. The 250 then, we're not going to be going too much into it there because it is my patron tip of the day. I picked it up at a very, very nice price, and I'm very, very happy with the way things are going to be going. The 320 then, I'm definitely liking Cocoa Beach here at 5-4. Realistically, there shouldn't be a horse to beat it here. I know Cocoa Beach has a tendency to be a little bit funny and a little bit strange in when the going gets tough, basically, in races. So that's obviously a bit of a downside, but when you look at form and when you look at everything basically considered, Cocoa Beach is miles clear of the field. Like, realistically, it should be a very, very cozy winner. I'd be surprised to see it being taken off the bridle, and it should run out an ease down winner by 10 to 15 lengths. I would imagine so anyway. I'm going to be bold in actually saying that, but I'd be confident enough to see this run out a very, very comfortable winner now tomorrow. And finally then, the 350, another patron tip for Dean. Again, put up at a very nice price, and it looks to be very, very interesting what he's wrote up about it. Moving on then to Catterick then. I'm just basically going to fly through these guys. I'm not going to spend a hell of a lot of time on them simply because I don't know a hell of a lot of them. It's hard enough trying to study most of the horses in Irish racing, but trying to decipher the English racing as well is it's like an unfinishable jigsaw puzzle, basically. 227, Bareback Jack, undefeated, should be winning this race fairly comfortably. 8-11 is a little bit generous, I think. 12.57, Border Victor, 14-1. It ran a fairly nice race over course and distance, and it should be capable of getting in among the places as well. 130 then, Diomode de Mott, clearly the best horse in the race, should take plenty of stopping. 202 then, Freemur de Lancre, 5-4, again looks to be the most likely winner of the field, and it should take plenty of stopping as well. 235 then, Tribesman's Glory, winner two starts back. It pulled up last time out, but look at I'd be forgiven of it. The real reason I suppose that I'm going for this is simply because it's a tribesman horse, and being from Galway, it'd be a sin for me not to go with it, especially look at the fact that it's a recent enough winner as well. 307 then Sigurd at 7-4 looks to be great value here. This one here should be winning this race. If I was picking a nap for Catterick, I'd be picking Sigurd. I think 7-4 is great value, and it should be well capable of polishing off the field like it did in course and distance last time out. 337 then Guard Forestier at 13-2. Third last time out, if I'm not mistaken. General decent enough each way price for all things considered. Any sort of improvement should see it there or thereabouts, but it's a tough one now, to be quite honest with you. But look, I'm going to leave it there. I'm absolutely freezing, but I may go inside now and try and warm my hands. Before we go though, I want to say a massive thanks to Joey Sheridan for coming on the Irish Racing Hour. It was an absolute joy to talk to Joey. He was top class, and he spent a good solid hour and 15 minutes anyway talking to us. I'm sure you will all enjoy what Joey had to say, and he was very open and very honest and everything else like that. So Joey, if you're listening in, thanks very much for coming on the show and being part of, I suppose, our journey basically into hopefully getting on to bigger and better things. We talked about Patreon. I'm going to leave a link in the description below. It's €10 a month. If you're look at before things get a little bit messy, if you're going to be looking to buy in advance, say 2 or 3 or 4 months, whatever you'd be thinking of doing, please don't do that. Simply because Patreon works in a way that it takes the money out on the first of every month. So when you put in, say, let's just say you're wanting to pay for 4 months in advance, and you put in €40, instead of taking the €40 and saying, right, well, that's for 4 months, what Patreon will do is say, right, well, he's putting €40 in every single month. We don't want to have to, I suppose, cause any upset basically when signing up for the thing. If you can just sign up, and if it's not for you, it's not for you. It's easily cancelled as well. Like, realistically, if you're having trouble, like, we're very approachable people. Like, between the three of us, you can easily message one of us or message the page or whatever you want to do. Should you want to, I suppose, cancel the payments. But look, we put up 2 tips there today: 9-4, 7-4, and 6-1. We had 2 winners in a third. I don't think you could get much better than that, bar 3 winners. Realistically, we are 40 points in profit now, since starting up. So should you have, I suppose, put €10 stakes on every single bet that we've put up, you'd be in around a profit of in around €400. And that's not €400 return, that's €400 solid clean profit. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description below. But other than that, I think that's basically it. If you're having a bet tomorrow, the very best of luck. And yeah, hopefully another few winners on the card. Thanks very much.